What's going on, guys? Mitch here. Today we're taking a look at the Muc-Off Tubeless Rim Tape. Now, as you guys know, I've been fighting a little bit with my Rapide CLX2 wheel set in just the rear rim. It's not giving me a solid seal all the time. And so I went and picked up this stuff because I think I've narrowed the problem down to the rim strip itself. During a tire change, I noticed it wasn't quite stuck down all the way, so I'm going to go ahead and change it out. A couple things. This guy is available in a number of different widths. So this is 21 mil, which is what it's going to be replacing on the wheel set itself. You have to size that to the inside track, essentially. This particular version, as you can kind of see, is a shop version, so that there's a little bit more to it than standard. So we're going to go ahead, open this guy up here, and see what's going on. But basically, nothing too crazy. You can kind of see it's got the Muc-Off logo, and there's a lot of it. I think it's like 10 meters or 20 meters or 40 meters, I don't know. There's a lot of it. So we're going to go ahead and change this out, and I'm going to kind of walk you through it on the bike, and hopefully, with a little luck, get a more solid seal on the wheel. So let's get started on the project. Step one of the project here is we are going to take off the rear wheel. As we can kind of see, we don't have that good seal that's going on, so not a big deal. So let's take this off. As we can see, the rim itself is not sealing up. We are going to reuse the sealant that's in the tire. That won't be a problem, as well as the current valve stem. That also will be absolutely reusable. Now we will have to pop this bead because it will be a little bit stuck to the inside of the rim wall. You just work it around and you should be able to get that off pretty easily. We are going to have to remove the full tire. Once we've done the one side, flip it over, do the other as well. Whoop. So, like I said, once the tire's off, you can reuse the sealant. I don't have a problem with that. Sealant is expensive, and I just put this in like a week ago. So I'm gonna go ahead and reuse that sealant. But right now, it's time to clean out the inside of the rim, get all the gunk off of it, and then remove the tape. So just go through the inside of the rim. You can see it's all kind of covered in a bunch of stuff. Just dry it off. This is the tape that is not going to be reused, and you know what? I'm just looking at it. We may have the culprit right here. See how that tab's lifted up? That could be problematic and may be causing some issues. So look, you can see sealant has already worked its way underneath that with some chunks, so it's fighting. We're also going to have to remove the valve here, so undo that. Here you can see on the inside of this, it's all got some chunks on it, so it's been fighting the seal as well. Take that rim tape off. So as we can see, I've gone ahead and cleaned out the old rim strip. Everything looks good on the inside. It doesn't appear to have any cracks. Now you can go ahead and use some alcohol if you want and clean it further. I'm not really worried too much about that, so I'm going to go ahead and take the new tape and apply it to the rim. So as we can see, we've got to the end. We've done a double wrap, and we're going to leave a few inches of overlap. Our valve is somewhere around here, and basically you're going to do a nice little overlap, pull it tight, and cut, and push it all down. Now we're going to go ahead and go around the rim and walk through and make sure everything's stuck down nice and smooth. So utilizing the smallest knife in your collection, which is a hunting knife for me. All right, let's get that hole poked right here. Just a nice little X should do it. And that's it. Now for the valve. So we got the valve inserted, so now we're going to go ahead and put a little sealant underneath this. Just to ensure we've got a seal there. just like that. Just like that, we've got it inserted. Now take the other side of the valve, and we're gonna dab kind of around the rim here with that O-ring. Because remember, that O-ring butts up against it, so you want sealant on that, as well as sealant on the inside of the nut that kind of squishes it all together. And then just tighten things up again. So we got the tire on one side. Obviously try to line up the logos the best you can to make it look pretty, and then crack the other side and get it inflated. So let's get through to that step. All right, so I got the tire on, I got the pump engaged, and we are ready to test out the first inflation. Here we go. All right, so we are back all mounted up. Tubeless is sealed. We are sitting at 90 PSI, and we'll keep an eye on that. We're gonna lube up the chain, put on a fresh coat of wax, and be ready for the weekend. There we go. We'll keep an eye on this, and hopefully it doesn't leak, but it's feeling pretty solid, so I imagine we hit it out of the park. Thanks for stopping by, guys. If you have any questions, leave them below. Otherwise, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And until next time, we will see you later.